morning. So now we're actually headed over to Thingvellir National Park, which is one of the most loved national parks in Iceland.
Yes, most visited. It's on the Golden Circle. It's about a 45-minute drive from the capital city of Reykjavik.
We can't tell quite whether it means the Fields of Parliament, but the idea behind Thingvellir is that it is kind of the birthplace of Iceland.
The Parliament, yeah.
For many, many years, Icelanders were actually under the King of Denmark. This is where they met to kind of proclaim independence from Denmark. So
yeah, and it's also where the Mid-Atlantic Ridge is at.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see the like tectonic plates not breaking apart, but
no, we'll see the tectonic plates where they come together
of Europe and North America.
Yeah,
So
maybe.
So we're gonna leave the city now and head over that way.
And we're gonna let you guys know a little bit more about parking and stuff like that when we get there.
All right, see you there.
So Skyr, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, is the Icelandic yogurt. I don't know if this is like the main brand of Iceland, but we got this this particular one, vanilla flavored. It's actually not as thick as I thought it would be. I haven't tried it yet though, so let's try it. It tastes a lot like whipped cream. I said when I opened it,
really?
It tastes like whipped cream. It's very, very thick, but the flavor is very whipped creamy. It coats your mouth. That's pretty much exactly how I thought you were going to react to this. Do you like the texture? You're such a texture person.
I think because it's not like thick. If it was thick, it kind of like dries out your mouth and makes you super thirsty.
Yeah.
So we just got here at the Thingvellir Visitor Center. And we did have to pay for parking. Oh yes, we're all bundled up.
We're all bundled now.
Everybody's bundled. But the parking was like, I think $3 or $4. I don't know how many kronas it was.
It was 750 kronas. So maybe we'll pew put the, what is the word? Exchange rate. Thank you.
If you look all the way down here, I'm going to zoom way in. Tomorrow, we're actually going to go down there. You can see those people down there just a little bit to actually go scuba diving because that's where you meet. No, yes, snorkel. Where we're going to snorkel in between the two rifts, the tectonic plates, because it is crystal clear water.
So the main footpath used to be just below us here. We're kind of in the area of tectonic plates in Thingvellir. So they found that there was a fissure in the path. So they've built over this wooden walkway to keep everybody safe, which just goes to show that tectonic plates never stop moving. We just don't notice it.
A lot of the landscape that we've seen so far, rather than it being like vast, and it doesn't really tend to be flat, we've seen so much of like the rocky, moss-covered ground, which is gorgeous.
This area that I was talking about where the walkway was caving in is part of like where the tectonic plates come together. We're not entirely sure if it's like one on one side, one on the other, or if it's kind of this whole area, but it's the Almanagir.
I'll put like the actual proper names of everything in the corners. I just am scared to pronounce them. I don't want to butcher it. But we are now here where the Law Rock is, which is represented by the Icelandic flag. And it was kind of where a lot of the first parliament had started here in Iceland. And they actually, when they would read speeches and everything, they used a lot of the natural acoustics in this area because it would amplify the sound for meetings and everything, which is really cool.
So one of the things we learned here at the sign, two things actually. One was that everyone came willingly and participated willingly. There was no way really to enforce the rules that they came up with or the laws. The other thing is the reason why they came here every year and said the laws out loud was because there was no written language in Iceland at the time. So the way that you followed the law was that you came, you learned about it here, they all decided on what it was going to be, and then everybody followed it, or didn't.
Not only is there a rainbow, because we just had a little bit of a shower, Jen was pointing out how clear the water is. I'm going to see if I can zoom up. These fish are like huge, and they're jumping out of the water. There's a guy over there. There's a bunch right over there. I don't even know if you can see that.
I see them all jumping all through here. You can't
Are they jumping?
The
I thought I saw something earlier, but I thought they were ducks because that's how big they were. Oh my god, wait, they're jumping over here. So we actually just found out that the fish are brown trout, and it's so shallow that we came down near this little pool of water, and you can see their little fins like up out of the water. They look like little sharks.
Look like dark, little dark guys in the water over there.
Yeah, but did you show them their little fins?
Let me see if I can see one. Yeah, right there, there's some fins. Some little guys coming together to congregate.
We're just getting ready to come up to the Öxarárfoss, which is a massive waterfall here at the park. And I was just reading and I found out that like a lot of the Game of Thrones filming locations have been filmed here. I don't know if I'll be able to find a picture online and insert it, but like some of the wildling camps in the seasons of Game of Thrones. Alright, so here we are at the waterfall. The water actually kind of looks like when it's coming down, almost has like a crystal blue color to it. Jen, do you think a troll's gonna like jump out and get you?
Yeah, I absolutely do. I would welcome it.
This is some of the area, I think, where they were filming Game of Thrones.
What's your talking?
Wildling camps.
Oh, really?
Can you see it? Yeah. We're gonna come up on the bridge and see if we can see more fishes because they are jumping. And then we're gonna head on over to the church. It's a little white building. The water is so clear. Here's one hanging out underneath the bridge. Yeah, here's a bunch of them. They're so big.
Still here at Thingvellir National Park, and one of the things here is the church, which is called Thingvellir Church. It was built in 1859, but there's been a church here for many hundreds of years before that. I don't remember the exact date. We will put it up now. And there's also a national cemetery right across the pathway over here. So today was the end of our day at Thingvellir. We're still going to be doing some stuff in the area. We get to go do some snorkeling tomorrow, and we're going to go see some of the waterfalls.
Waterfalls, geysers, amazing, amazing. So we just got to our next Airbnb for the night, which is actually right off of the Thingvellir National Park.
And we have this one to ourselves.
Yeah, it's like to the east of it, but it is a gorgeous little cabin that we have. It's a really small room and a pull-out couch. But it's kind of like in the middle of nowhere, so we're still trying to wait to see if we can see the northern lights. We've been checking a website that kind of tells us
cross your fingers for
the
us.
Probability, or like what the visibility is going to be like, and it's been kind of cloudy. But
it was very cloudy all day
today. A lot
of
the places we're staying at, it would be ideal, but you do need it to be kind of not cloudy at all. So, but today we spent the majority, we walked so much throughout the national park, and the only thing that I can seem to say about it is that it was, so much of the landscape was like otherworldly.
It was amazing. It was a terrain like I've never seen before, and I'm so thankful we came because it just was like, I don't know, it was really impressive. The history of it was really impressive. We got to see where the Icelandic peoples kind of started creating their own government. Like, that was cool.
The tectonic plates.
Yep.
The fish were my favorite. Just because of like how shallow the water was. Seeing the fish.
Not even shallow, but just like crystal clear. Like you could see all the way through. You could see every part of the fish.
And it would like rain and then go away and then rain and go away. So the weather was kind of intermittent. What was your favorite part of the day?
My favorite was the waterfalls and obviously the plates as well.
Yeah.
The formations of that. The bass that I could not fish for.
Oh, the trout. the brown trout.
The brown trout, I mean, not the bass.
Yeah. Everybody adored all of the animals that were hanging out. And we did kind of take a sneak peek at where we will be, not scuba diving, snorkeling tomorrow. We are getting in wetsuits. I'm a little nervous about being freezing cold.
Well, we're gonna have, they recommend you have like fleece undersuit.
They don't recommend, I think it's required.
Yes.
You cannot
then they have like kind of a heavy duty wetsuit, but then we were watching some of the people get in the water and there is something that goes around your head, but there's nothing on your face. So when you're looking down into the water
some of your skin
and
is
you're
touching
snorkeling, Yeah, so that's
we're
gonna
see
be
how it goes. We are all so exhausted. My legs kind of hurt, but totally worth it.
The best guess for the amount of walking we did today is at least 3 miles. It's probably more than 3 miles, but that's a safe guess.
That's gonna do it for us tonight, and we'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow before we go snorkeling.
Bye.